Hello everybody and welcome back to our Baltimore Ravens franchise here in Madden 19 here on the PS4. My name is JT Mathis48 and welcome to the third scouting update. Now, not much is really going to change until we get past the bye week. We get into weeks 14, 15, 16, 17. Obviously the playoffs, the offseason, all that good stuff, but it's important to know where you stand no matter what your record is. For the Ravens, they started 5-1. They have dropped 2 consecutive. They now sit 5-3. Good news is they are still atop the AFC North. And with the Bengals after the bye week and the Steelers coming up next time out, you win, let's say, the Pittsburgh game because they're ahead of Cincinnati in the North. That puts you at 6-3, puts Pittsburgh at 4 wins. Let's say Cincinnati wins, 4 wins. Even if you lose to Cincinnati, not that you want to, but if you do, you're still at 6 wins into week 11. And at worst, you're a game ahead of second. So, Ravens, we're in the second half. They control their own destiny. So, really, it's just their own agenda. What are you going to do? So, instead of doing the typical bye week, let's take a look at everything. We're going to do it this time out. Then we're going to have the Steelers. I'm going to skip over the bye week personally, and then we'll get into straight week 11, 12, 13, all that good stuff. So with that said, let's take a look at the standings at the halfway point of the 2018 NFL season. In the AFC, the New England Patriots, Houston Texans, Baltimore Ravens, Kansas City Chiefs all lead their respective conferences, or divisions. Your 2 wild cards right now would be Oakland and LA. So 3 out of the West, then New England, Houston, Baltimore, and that's the AFC. That's really not a great AFC. I think we could handle the Raiders and the Chargers. Patriots, probably not, just with Tom Brady in the offense. Chiefs with the offense, no. Texans, who knows? In the NFC, it's the Packers, Eagles, Giants are the first wild card. The Bears are the second wild card. The Rams, and then you have to go all the way down to the Saints in the NFC South. So Packers, Eagles, Giants, Bears. Who else? Rams and Saints. Cowboys, 4-3, they're left out. Saints, Rams, yeah, you could probably, expect to see them make a deep run. Bears, maybe not so much. The Giants, they're surprising a lot of people at 6-2. The Eagles, maybe, Super Bowl repeat with New England. Who knows? Packers with a tie are still atop the NFC. But the AFC North, really the only team threatening right now is Pittsburgh. They're on a win streak of 3. We're on a losing streak of 2. Cleveland, they're out. They're 1-7. They've lost 5 in a row. I think it's too late for them. Cincinnati, they're on the verge of losing. So, only great defense, it might come as a surprise, is Pittsburgh in this division. We're the worst offense, and the worst is probably an overrated word. We just don't score a lot. I mean, the Carolina game, 10-6 loss. Yes, that was bad offense, but that was great defense, 10 points. So, take what you can get with a grain of salt. Other than that, the draft really hasn't changed too much. Still looking at Michael Jordan out of Ohio State, and really that's what we're going after first. Just with guys not re-signing, that's a whole nother realm going into the offseason, figuring out franchise tag and all that. But right now, it looks like Michael Jordan is still our first round pick if he's on the board. I really don't expect him to be, though. So we might have to go after Michael Dieter or guys like Elgin Jenkins, Devin White, just late first round guys. Right now, Devin White, he's a scheme fit, field general, beast across the board. B- zone. You just don't know. So not much has changed, but standings, stats. Let's go over there. Let's see where Joe Flacco is. Really, Joe Flacco, he can throw the ball. He can absolutely throw the ball. He's over 2,000 yards, 6 touchdowns, 10 interceptions. Not good at all from that aspect. But 68 QB completion percentage, it's not bad. QBR is 83, which could be better. Lamar Jackson is throwing the ball 20 times. He's 14 of 20 with a touchdown. We still don't know what Joe Flacco is going to do at the end of the year. We just don't know. Rushing, Alex Collins, the big boy, the powerhouse, the bulldozer, whatever you want to call him. 278 yards, no touchdowns though. This is not a running team. Javorius Allen, 1 touchdown on 237 yards. Lamar Jackson, 36 yards rushing, 9 times so far with a touchdown. You kind of expected that out of Louisville. That's what he did his whole career there. Other guys, Joe Flacco, 44 times, 169 yards. 10 fumbles, yeah, not ball security whatsoever. But everyone's fumbling. Lamar Jackson, because he's a small build, I give him that. 6'2", 216. But compared to the other guys, Collins, 217, 5'10". Allen, 222, 6 foot. He belongs with Baltimore. Flacco, the heaviest guy here, 245. He's not expected to run this many times, but he has had to with that O-line. 10 fumbles. Receiving. Leading receiver, Hayden Hurst, the rookie out of South Carolina. 42 catches, for 428 yards. 2 touchdowns. The leading receiver on this team, Michael Crabtree, 541 with no touchdowns. Hurst, we already covered. Willie Snead, 424 and a touchdown. John Brown, quietly having a good year, 408 yards so far, 3 touchdowns. Boyle, 124. Collins, 109. Allen, 108, so both backs getting into the receiving game. Other than that, Mark Andrews, the only one really. And Brashard Perriman, who's been starting late because of injuries. Andrews, 49 yards and touchdown, then Perriman, 2 catches, 18 yards blocking. Sacks given up. Ronnie Stanley, the left tackle, 13. Orlando Brown, the rookie. Yeah, I get it, he's a rookie, but 11. And then the so-called leader on this O-line, Marshall Yonda, guard, right guard. 9 sacks. That's not, you don't want one guy over 10. You want 0. And the Ravens nearly have 3. Nico Siragusa been playing a little bit more because of injuries to James Hurst, who hopefully is a speedy recovery while he's hurt. 3 sacks. Matt Skira, a backup center to Will Clapp, 2 sacks. Centers overall, they've been playing great. Hurst, 0. And he's played 125 downs. He's, pending an injury, arguably the best O-lineman. Other than that, nothing crazy to shout about. Defensively, so far for the Ravens, leading tackler Tony Jefferson, 43. Tackles as a whole, Tony Jefferson was 63. For loss, that goes to Terrell Suggs, 11. And then Michael Pierce and Brandon Williams at 10 each. Sacks, this team can get sacks. Michael Pierce with 5 though so far. Suggs 4.5. Michael Judon, Brandon Williams, Kenny Young, Willie Henry, backup left end, getting sacks. Justin Tucker, 23-24, 95% field goal accuracy so far. Longest was 59. So far he's 9 of 9 on extra points. 7 of 7 from field goals, up to 29 yards. 7 of 7 from 39. And of course, the one miss came from up to 49 yards. But he is 2 for 2 on 50 or more. So, Justin Tucker, one of the league's best. Kick return, Chris Moore, our leading return guy, 22 returns for 540 yards. Patrick Rickard, Ricard, however you want to pronounce that, on a squib kick to end the half or a game. 1 for 14. Surprised he got 14, I'll be honest. Punt return, Chris Moore as well. 154 yards on 13 returns, averaging about 12 yards return. That is very nice to see from him. 2 years removed from Cincinnati. No touchdowns, so we're still looking for a special teams touchdown. With that, the NFL as a whole in passing and rushing very quickly. Deshaun Watson, 2,225 yards, leads over Brady by a yard. Touchdown leaders, Deshaun Watson, then Drew Brees. Least interceptions of what I'm going to say most qualified quarterback to belong up here. If we go all the way down to these guys, I'll say Dak Prescott, Eli Manning, Tom Brady, Andrew Luck, Blake Bortles, all with 2. Now, the most impressive one out of these, yeah, Tom Brady and Blake Bortles. 19-2 interception and touchdown ratio from Bortles, 17-2 from Brady. That's very nice. Rushing, Kareem Hunt is your leader with 690 yards, 6 touchdowns on the year. But Kalen Ballage from Arizona State, the rookie, 8 touchdowns. 1 a fumble. LeGarrette Blount behind him for the Lions, 7 touchdowns. Carlos Hyde, Devontae Booker, Le'Veon Bell, Duke Johnson, all with 6 as well. Receiving leaders, receiving yardage, Quincy Enunwa from the Jets. Then Devontae Adams, Demaryius Thomas, Julian Edelman. Enunwa, 744 with 5 touchdowns, and he's averaging about 93 per game. So he's definitely stepping up for Sam Darnold or whoever's starting in New York. 5 touchdowns though from Enunwa. Does not lead the league. That is Taylor Gabriel of the Bears. Then D.D. Westbrook, Golden Tate, Jordy Nelson with 7 as well. Kicking, Justin Tucker, the best kicker in the league so far. And then Janikowski, Goskowski. Interesting to see Vinatieri not up here. 9 of 15 though. 23 to 24. I'd say that's the best, obviously percentage wise. 6 for 6, 9 for 9, 13 to 14. I'd say Tucker then Janikowski, your best kickers in the league. Special team touchdowns. We only have one, Mike Wallace on the Eagles. 1 touchdown. The only touchdown, really, of the NFL in kick returns. And then punt returns, we also only have a couple, Antonio Brown and Randall Cobb. So, return game, not strong. Receiving game, very strong. Guys, that is going to do it for this episode and video. Thank you guys for watching. Next time out, we'll catch you with the Steelers. Then we'll head into Week 11 and so on and so forth. We'll see if the Ravens can turn things around with a 2-game losing streak on their hands against